not spoken of, the earthly Jerusalem is not spoken of very favorably, as you know, right?
That's exactly right.
So the God showed us in 70 AD what he is going to do now on a global scale when this big Zionist kingdom is going to be announced with the rule from Jerusalem. Is going to be announced with the rule from Jerusalem. They are going to be destroyed suddenly, and this time forever and ever.
God bless you. Welcome to This Is It Before the Fire. Alright, guys, I just did a 40-minute video. I had a couple hiccups. There was a couple little hiccups. There was a couple...
We've gone over this a lot. This is coinciding actually with Revelation 18. You know, the great whore is burned, etc. But we have in Revelation 13, though, before the burning of this great whore, we also find out that about the 7 heads, the 10 horns, and we find out that this beast, as one of its heads, is wounded to death, but its deadly wound is healed, etc. And then we get to verse 5. It says, "And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months." I've always pointed out to you guys, notice the word given. Given. The power is given. Do we remember that Jesus said, "I gave you power to do what?" What did he give us power to do? He gave us power to tread on the heads of scorpions and serpents and snakes. That's in Luke 10:19. All right, I'll try to bring that up real quick for you. I want you to see that because I think sometimes it's very important that we actually see these prophecies, not just say them, but see it, so that your brain can really register that in. And again, that's Luke chapter 10, verse 19. "And he said unto them, Behold, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven." All right. In Timothy chapter 2, we read, "It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him.
In the Spirit.
If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Work together.
If we deny him, he also will deny us." If you are reigning with Christ, all right, you are a king yourself. You are kings and queens, so to speak. We are princes and princesses, so to speak. Now, I haven't had a chance to go in it, and I realize that there's many different ways that we can look at this.
Here's what nobody told you about Adam and Eve in the same vessel.
Edomite Jews that became part of Israel nation at the time of Hyrcanus, these are the ones that ruled the Jewish nation, and Herod came out of them. And Herod persecuted Jesus. He was killing all the boys 2 years old. And under.
Everyone knows the basic story of Adam and Eve. They were the first humans created by God in the Garden of Eden. All was well until a snake tricked Eve into eating an apple. Then Eve tricked Adam. Then God kicked them both out, and it turned into a whole thing. Well, here's the real story of Adam and Eve.
Ones that ruled the Jewish nation, and Herod came out of them, and Herod persecuted Jesus. He was killing all the boys 2 years old and under. So this is what what the truth on the matter is, but they're changing it, saying that it is Christians, and they're deceiving Christians. And from then on, Edomites constituted a part of the Jewish people, Herod being one of their descendants. So they will deceive them into accepting the false Messiah. The Jewish Messiah.
Yes.
So this is what is happening. And according to many rabbis, if you listen to rabbis, they're giving lectures on Chabad.org, mostly Chabad rabbis. Reminding their congregations that Christians are considered to be Edomites. They're Edom or Amalekites, and then they have to be destroyed in order for Messiah to come. So this is what they are teaching, and they are saying that Edomites are Christians. They are saying that Edomites are Christians, and they're saying, yes, it's a Vatican, so they might as well burn Vatican down, and Christians are going to think this is fulfillment of prophecy, okay? But a lot of rabbis are saying that by extension, America is a new Rome. Believe or not, that's what they're saying. So they say that United States will be destroyed as well, and this is good. That's what they're saying. It's good because this is what will usher in a new era, okay? This is why they are bringing out now these big anti-Semitism charges, and they are going to be calling on all Jews to leave United States and Western countries and go to Israel, by the way.
That's right.
So all of this is happening as we speak, and I wanted to tell listeners, point them to what is really, who are the Edomites?
What? Who?
And even according to Jewish Encyclopedia, it says, from then on, Edomites constituted a part of the Jewish people, Herod being one of their descendants. Page 378, the non-Israelite Edomites section of the Jewish people, and the Edomites were part of the Jews, okay? So they're saying in another source, I'm just citing a source, Jewish entire land. The Edomites attacked Israel under Saul's rulership. King David later defeated the Arab nations, annexing their land. At the fall of the first temple, the Edomites attacked Judah and looted the temple, accelerating its destruction. The Edomites were later forcibly converted into Judaism by John Hyrcanus, and then became an active part of the Jewish people.
Got it,
Famous
baby.
Edomites include Herod, who built the second temple. So here we go. Jews, they're of course inverting everything. They're saying everything upside down, just like the Talmud does. Hyrcanus, these are the ones that rule the Jewish nation, and Herod came out of them. And Herod persecuted Jesus. He was killing all the boys 2 years old and under.
Unfortunately, I got to you before they did.
You got You did this to me. You cut my head.
This is coinciding actually with Revelation 18. You know, the great whore is burned, etc. But we have in Revelation 13, though, before the burning of this great whore, we also find out that about the 7 heads, the 10 horns, and we find out that this beast, as one of its heads, is wounded it to death, but its deadly wound is healed, etc. And then we get to verse 5. It says, "And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months." It's the word given. The power is given. Do we remember that Jesus said, "I gave you power to do"? What did he give us power to do? He gave us power to tread on the heads of scorpions and snakes. That's in Luke 10:19. All right, I'll try on the heads of scorpions and serpents and snakes. That's in Luke 10:19. I think sometimes it's very important that we actually see these prophecies, not just say them, but see it, so that your brain can really register that in. So the serpents and scorpions, which is the Pharisaic dynasty that was 2,000 years ago. Jesus identified the Pharisees as the serpents. He said, "Oh, generation of vipers." Well, actually, John said that generation of vipers, who's warned you to flee from the wrath that is to come. We're talking about the great whore. She's being burned. And notice it says, verse 9, as I read, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her." This chapter there. "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." Wall Street, Rothschild banking system, the nations such as presidents and these kings and stuff from all over the world that have made all kinds of alliances with Israel. But I have a feeling, though, that this one part here, kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, might very well be interpreted as those that were supposed to be reigning with Christ, those pastors, those teachers, those evangelists that have been supposed to be reigning with Christ, but instead of you.
Good evening, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Boys, the earth, listen to me, everybody, folks, seriously. The fault lines all the way from Mexico right on up the California coast, the San Andreas fault lines, shaking and quaking like you never believe, folks. It's like...
And shalom to my brothers and sisters in Messiah Yeshua who have his testimony and guard his commandments. Brother Nick here, and today is the 15th day of the 3rd month. So it is Shavuot, the first fruits festival of the wheat harvest, June 3rd, 2021. And this video is titled Elijah, Blessed is He who comes to the 1,335th day. So brothers and sisters, I hope I blessed Shavuot. Here's a picture from earlier today of me and my family. We had a blessed Shavuot. So Daniel 12:12, blessed is he that waiteth 1,335 days. In the prophecy of Daniel that believers for millennia. I will show who he is. Many people have incorrectly thought that this verse pertains to a group of people. Recognize this verse is talking about one specific person. specific person. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,335 days. The first thing that's important to note is that this verse is a masculine singular verse. Subject is he. So the verse is speaking of one specific person. This means the mainstream interpretation that the verse is speaking to a group of people waiting is incorrect. Rather, it's one person waiting, because if it was speaking to, it would say, blessed is they or them, and it would be written in a plural way. As I'll show you the breakdown of the verse in the next slide. So as you can see, here we are in Daniel 12:12. Blessed is he who waits, masculine singular, and reaches the end, third person masculine singular, of the 1,335, masculine singular. So this verse is talking about one specific person, okay? And I'm going to talk about who that person is. Now, as I said, this verse does not say blessed is they or blessed is them. Here in Isaiah chapter 30 verse 18, it says they, and on this verse. And therefore will Yahweh wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you, for Yahweh is an Elohim of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. So here we see a group of people that are waiting for him. But regarding Daniel, this prophecy is about one specific person. So there is going to be a group of people that are going to be waiting, as I just read in Isaiah chapter 30 verse 18, but it's different than this person in Daniel chapter 12 verse 12. So here's Isaiah chapter 30 verse 18. Blessed are all, masculine singular, but it's talking about all. It's talking about a group of people who wait, masculine plural construct. So you see that it's a plural construct here, not a singular construct for him. So this is a difference of the verse between what we just read of Daniel 12:12, which was all singular, masculine singular, third person masculine singular, and masculine singular. This verse is talking about one person waiting, group of people waiting. So again, Daniel 12:12 does not say them, they, or all. Rather, as I proved, the verse is singular he, and it's speaking of one specific person. So now we need to identify who the he is, and why is he waiting, and what day is the 1,335th day, and what is its significance.
Pull my hair. Yes, I promise. Make America great again. Doomsday clock. Lonely human. Joe Biden's kids. We could be seeing the divine God on that day. The gaslighting, the gaslighters. When time is up, and this is a Da Vinci Code, you can't pull my hair, I don't have anything. And this is the system. 42nd, 144. A daredevil. There are definitely harmful intentions going on. It doesn't say blessed is me, it says blessed is he who waits to the 1,335th day.
So here is a search I did in Blue Letter Bible for all of the times blessed is he. A phrase occurs 14 times in the Old and New Testament. And as you can see right here, so I will be getting into all of these verses on blessed is he, identify who this person is. And here are the times blessed is he is in the book of Revelation, the revelation of Messiah Yeshua. Blessed is he that readeth. Blessed is he